Alright, what's up, y'all? Just got home from work. It's like afternoon right now, and I look tired. And I was expecting one package. We've got lots of packages here, but there's one in particular that's from Vac Motorsports that's very exciting and that we should be able to dig into today. I don't even know how to fucking lift this up here. I was not expecting. Oh god! Hopefully nothing fragile in there. I was not expecting this to be so freaking heavy. But so basically, I was excited. Hopefully it's focused on me. I was excited because I got a notification that the head gasket had arrived. So I was excited to get home and get that. I know what this one is. That's the head gasket. I've got 3 other packages. The only other stuff I'm waiting on, turbo hasn't shipped. It's kind of annoying. AGP turbo hasn't even like messaged me or anything. But they are in. I'm gonna give them a call today. They're in Arizona, so once they ship it should be fast. Also, ECS got me with the good old classic. It says in stock on the website. I order it. They take money from my card, and then say it's gonna ship in like 3 weeks because they don't have it in stock. Awesome business. But anyways, not talking shit, but just saying if you're gonna order from them, expect it to probably not be fast because they don't have stuff in stock when it says it's in stock on the website. But nevertheless, let's dig into this stuff. So this is from Amazon. I believe this is a valve cover gasket and all that good stuff. I also got some Ringo Red VHT paint. But this is valve cover gasket. It's a rubber gasket. Goes around the valve cover, seals everything up nice. So now I can go ahead and paint the valve cover when I take it off. Put that on there. This one's from Bimmer World. I ordered like 10 stuff from them, so this should have a bunch in there. I'm actually hella excited about this one. I was expecting like all this stuff to come in like 2 more days too, so this is freaking sick. The ECS stuff is supposed to ship in like a week, I think, which is kind of obnoxious, but luckily it's like a lot of outer gaskets and like stuff that kind of goes on the outside of the engine, so I can still get stuff done in the meantime. So we got a little tiny gasket. I believe that's for the oil pickup. But it hooks up because I got a new oil pickup. I don't really know about that, but I was reading on the forums, it said sometimes they crack and that'll cause problems, so it was like a $20 part. Might as well buy it and not have to worry about it. What else do we got? Some new coolant hoses. Manifold brand themselves. That's cool. I was gonna reuse the ones from my car, but I figure if I'm buying all this cool stuff, I might as well get new hoses. It's just a serpentine bottle. We got some sort of pulley. Aluminum water pump pulley. Just make everything look fresh. And my dad's one. Alright, quick intermission to help my dad unpack groceries. But got some sort of pulley, some sort of aluminum pulley. Also, it's good, these are aluminums. The BMW ones are plastic, and sometimes, I don't know if they actually break, but anything that's plastic, just make it metal, you know what I mean? So, this is Alternator Pulley. Basically, I just got all new pulleys, so it looked nice and pretty. This is a drilled oil pump nut. Basically, I'm reconsidering this because I really just don't want to have to worry about it. I don't know how drastic it actually is. I should do more research. But essentially, on any of the M50, S52, M52, any of those engines, basically they will, like the oil pump nut will fall off, or the whole shaft will shear off. And obviously that's just disaster. Like that's just, your engine's gonna blow up because there's no more oil and you're just screwed. And then, so basically I got this. It's just the drilled oil pump nut, so you can put wire through it so it won't fall off. But then apparently the shaft will fall off, but then it's like the businesses are saying this, so like they kind of have reason to say that. So I want to do more research because the new fully built pump's like $800, but I will pay it if it's really a big problem, because I don't want to have to deal with that. Like just randomly like a vibration. Apparently the vibrations are worse on the S52 also because it's I don't know, bored out more. I don't know, for some reason I've read that. Anyways, diversion. Pilot bearing. Clutch kit might come with that, but better just have it so I don't have to wait. Got oil cooler cap kit. Basically this just goes on the oil filter cap. And has oil cooler feed lines. So I can run an oil cooler, which is obviously going to be helpful if I'm running 400, 500 horsepower just to keep the oil cool. Can't hurt. A new water pump, Stewart, high performance. It's supposed to flow more. And it's got all metal internals. I think the stock BMW ones have plastic impellers or something like that, and they'll self-destruct over time. And then here we have the oil pickup tube. This thing is freaking huge. It looks like, online it looks like a little tiny part. This is like damn near the size of the engine, so I'll have to figure out how that goes on there. So that's all the Bimmer World stuff. Now I'm really curious about this bottom one. If it was my manifold, that would be super sick. I have literally no idea, but it's really heavy, and I don't know what else I ordered that would be really heavy. Probably just gonna leave this in here. Oh. Feels like there's something else in there. I might have ordered something else, and maybe I'll unbox that. There's definitely a head gasket in here. That down there. Yeah, this one is proper heavy. And it has like weird marks on it too, which could be because I ordered my manifolds. This is the manifold. It was hella weird because they literally didn't send me a single. This is from like Kangaroo Team or something like that, but there's a kangaroo spray painted on here. But they didn't send me any notifications or anything. So I was like, I'm gonna have to like contact my credit card company and be like, yo, like I need a refund. This shit got here fast. Hello. I'm stoked on this. This is gonna be sick. This is a really nice manifold too. I was afraid because this is cast and I couldn't find any other twin scroll, which is good for the EFR turbos. Apparently they're like made for that are cast and aren't friggin' like $1,700 and has two, like the Vex Sports makes a cool equal length header, which I wouldn't mind paying for, but it's got like two wastegate friggin' dumps and like it's just not worth it. I'm literally, the EFR is using internal wastegate, so it's like I literally don't need a single wastegate, so that's just overkill and taking up more space and just yada yada, waste the money. So I'm just waiting on the turbo. Hopefully AGP gets on it too, because it seems like they make good stuff and it's like way cheaper than everywhere else. So hopefully I'm gonna give them a call and see what's up with that. I'll have to put this on the ground. This shit looks nice as hell. It's a little, I mean, it's a little ratchet looking, but overall it looks nice. Like well made. It just, looks like it was just like spray painted or something. But like the casting looks nice. Things just look nice, and also compared to the other cast manifolds I've seen, the runners are super tiny. These have big giant runners, so it should last a little longer. Yeah, I'm freaking stoked on this. See the top side? Kangaroo Team. This is freaking awesome. I'm so stoked. Like, it feels like it's actually coming together now. So, I'm gonna go eat because I haven't ate lunch yet. And then I'm gonna throw some of this stuff on in because I'm excited. I guess I could open up the Vax Motorsports. I'm not sure if there's something in there. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know what, if that's spray paint or they just like brush stuff on there, like my hands are black. It does feel like there's something else in here. I can't remember what I ordered. Yeah, this is much more exciting than the last video. This is the cut ring head gasket. And it's, I've heard it can hold like 700 horsepower, which I'm not going to be making anywhere near that, so I'm sure this will handle the power just fine. No problemo. Big old head gasket. Sound like there's something else in there, but it doesn't look like it. But if you want to see, I don't want to hold it too weird so I'm not bending it or anything, but good old cut ring head gasket. It's supposed to seal better. It has like copper rings around the piston, like walls, like where it would be, and it helps to seal better. This is 86 by 0.079. Basically it will sorry, I'm like focusing on food right now, I'm freaking hungry. Basically this one will, usually you get a spacer, people do, and it'll make like compression like 925 or something like that, but I plan on running only 85, which means, well actually it's E54 here in Arizona, so like outlawed 85 for whatever reason. But it's still like 100 octane fuel, so you have, it runs way cooler and you have way less detonation because it's higher octane fuel. So this is actually going to be more like 10.25 compression, which means faster spool and would mean usually more detonation if you're running regular fuel. But with the E85, I think it should be fine. You'll have faster spool, be more torquey, it should be sick. But yeah, I'm gonna go eat, get back to it. Might be kind of going backwards because probably have to pull it back off to put the head gasket on, but I just want to see it on there. Alrighty, so it looks like the manifold is kind of stuck on there right now, so I'm just going to leave it on there. Might have to drill the hose out a little bit, but for now I'm going to start tearing into the head gasket. I've also got some ARP head studs I got off eBay. Hopefully they're real, but they're the only place that had them. But had good reviews, I'm sure they're real. Looks pretty legit. I've also got Sharpie, a bunch of bags to keep track of everything as I pull it off. Going to go ahead and start with removing the water pump, and I'm just going to time lapse stuff in between my talking so you can see what's going on. You can see here the difference between the two pumps. So this is the upgraded one, this is the OEM one. This is all plastic, which is sketchy. This is much more hefty looking. Got new O-ring. I'm gonna throw this bad boy in there. Alright, so it's kind of making me nervous as fuck. I'm taking out these spark plugs and they're like so tight where it feels like I'm about to strip something or break something. Like it literally, it's getting tighter as I'm loosening it. So I looked it up and apparently I can put some WD-40 in there and then just like loosen it, tighten it, so it just works its way down there. And I feel like that'll probably work. Hopefully I don't strip a spark plug. Alright, so right now, I've got all of them except number 1 out, and this one is scaring the fucking shit out of me. Like, it feels super loose at the bottom, and then you start loosening it, and it feels like you're like tightening it up against a piece of friggin' steel. So, I really just don't want to strip it out, so that would be horrible. So I'm just gonna let it sit for like an hour or so with the penetrating oil Cross my fingers. Alrighty, it's been like 20 minutes. About to give it another shot. Pretty nervous. Also called ECS tuning, and it looks like basically they're just waiting on a thermostat housing gasket, so they're gonna skip that and they're just gonna ship it out right now. And then somebody driving by, my brain just goes but yeah, they're shipping everything else out, so I just gotta find a thermostat housing gasket. Then I need to order a camshaft sensor and crankshaft sensor. Here goes the moment of truth. Spray a little bit more just for good luck. Here we go. Still very tight. It's so tight. This is bad. So now I'm just going back and forth. Hopefully this helps some. I feel like it got a little easier there. I think we're making progress. Perhaps. It's a point where it just feels like I'm hitting a freaking brick wall. Oh, that's getting easy. Alright, hopefully it'll thread back in, but we got it out. Oh, my hand is literally sore. Check the threads out. See what they look like. It's hard to tell. It does look kind of mushroomed at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. It does look kind of fucked up, but it doesn't look horrible at least. I wonder if I can try and put it back in. Or I'll try and put a different one in. Just to see if it works. It actually seems like it's pretty much perfectly fine, which is good. I don't have to worry about it. Looks like I was able to get the valve cover off with a little mallet persuasion. Finally got this bolt out. I had to go get an 8mm socket from AutoZone. It should pull right off. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Does look kind of dirty in here. I don't know if this is normal or not. Oil looks kind of sludgy over here. But as far as the cams go, they do look pretty clean. No weird scoring or anything like that. Alright, little update. It's getting late. So it turns out I need special tools in order to do the head gasket, which I did not realize, so I ordered those. ordered 2 things from Amazon, it'll take 2 days, and 1 thing from eBay that says it'll take, it's 3-day shipping, but it said it'll take 4 days, but it's from LA and I'm in Arizona, so hopefully 2 days if he ships it fast. I feel like eBay sellers are usually on their shit, so we'll see. But I just feel like continuing to work on it right now, so this video might be a mess, but I just want to continue cleaning up the engine because it's just super satisfying. And also, as I'm starting to put the new parts on and cleaning stuff up, I'm starting to realize some more stuff that I want to do or buy or order or whatever. And the sooner I do that, the sooner I'll have the parts, so it's smart to get on that. But I have already done the alternator pulley and water pump pulley, so I'll show you that. Water pump pulley looks sick. I spray painted the bolts with like silver caliper paint because basically I was originally going to get everything zinc plated because this is the alternator pulley. I was going to get everything zinc plated because that's what all the fancy YouTubers do, but they're all like geniuses at their craft, and I'm just going to lose every single bolt and it's going to be a mess. So I'm just not going to do that. The silver paint still looks pretty good, so yeah. So I want to clean up the alternator. I don't know how to go about that because you're not supposed to spray it with degreaser apparently. But I'm gonna throw this oil filler cap on, see how it looks. All right, so I went ahead and took the alternator off. I gotta figure out how to take this oil filter housing off. I was gonna put that cap on, but I know it's gonna get dirty if I try to clean it with it on there, and I don't wanna ruin it because it looks freaking pretty, so. Yeah, but there's a dead spider. Scary ass looking spider, like I don't want to say it's a brown recluse because I'm probably just imagining things, but it was a scary spider and it was alive at one point in the engine in between the intake manifold, and I caught it, the friggin' spider spray, and it's dead and it crawled into the alternator thing, the little plastic part. I hate spiders. So it's still in there, the alternator's off, but I'm afraid of taking that plastic part off to clean that thing. So for now, I conquered the first part of my fear. So yeah, I'm gonna try and take this oil filter housing off. All right, so I've got the alternator off and the power steering pump. For some reason, I pulled off the power steering hoses so long ago. For some reason, I thought the power steering pump was like oil pump. Like, I don't know why, I don't know what I was thinking, but got both of those off. Now you can like really deep clean the engine. The whole intake side, like block in the front of the block, is super clean, except for the front, because I didn't think you could take off like the crank pulley stuff. I thought you had to pull the bolt off, and I've heard that's hell every time. Like, dude was like, I was reading on the forums, he was like, it's super easy with my snap-on air gun that does 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. I'm like, I have this freaking Amazon impact gun, it's not gonna happen. But I accidentally nudged it and it moved a little, and I was like worried about it. I was about to look it up. I'm like, shouldn't be able to move like that, right? Because I'd pulled the bolts off and then I kept messing with it and it just fell off, which is really cool because that thing is so ugly. So I can paint it now, and this engine is gonna look so mint, which I'm stoked on because I'm putting all this money into it and I want it to look like a crusty 25-year-old engine. So 1997. So yeah, I think I'm gonna paint that right now. We'll see what happens. Also, I'm glad I'm taking everything apart, because this was the oil filter housing gasket, and this thing is like, it's literally snapped when I was taking it off. It's like hard plastic at this point, so it's good. We're replacing this. It's coming out good. All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna call it a night. I'm starting to slow down a little bit. It's becoming a lot of work. But I'm glad the way everything's turning out. Everything has actually came apart easier than I thought. I thought it'd be a mess. I thought I'd need a bunch of special Torx bits and stuff. But it came apart well. And once I have the crank pulley thing painted, the oil filter housing cleaned up, power steering pump cleaned up, it's gonna be looking friggin' mint. And I have all new pulleys coming in. It's gonna look friggin' good. I'm stoked on it. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe, whatever, comment. Let me know if you guys like the videos that, obviously I didn't really have a choice with this one, but if you enjoy the videos that are more sporadic and just me doing whatever the hell it is, like in my day, or more videos like how to replace a head gasket or whatever, yada yada. But yeah, thanks for watching. Obviously, I'll finish installing the head gasket, and that'll be more informative whenever I get those tools. The stuff I did today wasn't really that intense. So if you want to know about how to do the head gasket, the next video will be much more intensive in that category. But yeah, peace.